Alright, Tales of Zestiria in a nutshell. Okay, So we begin in the beautiful, picturesque city of Elysia in a planet that's called Zestiria or something along those lines. Either way, the planet has an awful name. Anyway, we have our main character, the beautiful and pure boy Cinnamon Roll. His name is Saray, and he's like the most Canadian JRPG protagonist. In the sense that he's like, oh, I will ask polite things and do polite things. Anyway, he's like this ruin nerd, and he's exploring ruins with his gay buddy Mikleo, who they are not fucking each other, maybe, I don't know. It's up for the fandom debate. I'm saying nothing about this matter other than, I ship it. Okay, so all the same, like, you know, they're having fun, and they're, like, exploring ruins, and they find this unconscious girl who's like, hello, I am an unconscious girl who has recently woken up, and you are a person who is talking to thin air. Are you crazy? And Saray's like, no, I don't think so. And it's like, I'm going to go ahead and let you go ahead and take me to a village, even though there's a possibility that you're mad, and she won't say her name, but, like, it's Alicia, and she's the only character with a last name, really, in this entire game, and that annoys the fuck out of me, because why the hell does nobody have a last name? God, can we just have last names? Please? It makes fanfic so much easier to write. Anyway, like, moving on, like, you know, he takes her to a village, and it's like, this is my village, and it is this, village of Seraphim, and, like, the Seraphim live here, and, like, because Alicia's like, oh, the Seraphim aren't real, they're a religious thing, she's like, oh, what a pious and not crazy man you are, and it's like, why, thank you. And then, like, the village is attacked by a demon, and it's a demon, and it's like, it eats this guy named Mason, it's like, oh no, Mason! And then you're like, wait, did we know this guy? And I was like, I don't know, I don't care, it's Mason, like, always remember, never forget, he ate Mason, it's sad. Anyway, this demon goes, and like, and they realize, oh my god, it was chasing after Alicia, and like, even though the Seraphim have warned, like, now, Saray, don't play with humans, but they are not as pure and beautiful as our Seraphim, who are like these beings that do not eat, sit, shit, piss, or, I don't know, they really don't do anything. They do like to eat food, though. There are a lot of skits about that. Anyway, like, they basically are androids from Detroit become human, and, like, which is why they work in that AU so well, and anyway, they're, like, perfect and beautiful, and they're like, don't go near humans, but it's like, bye, I'm gonna go play with the humans, and I'm gonna take my gay squeeze, and it's like, Miklio's like, I'm not your gay squeeze, but I brought, like, this pipe and money and all the supplies because I care about you. That's what you sound like, Mikleo. That is officially what you sound like. And they go, like, to a village, and they meet, like, this lady who's like, I am a traveling merchant lady who is totally normal and not a main character, even though I am dressed in a fashion that dictates I am probably a main character. Or at least an important side character. And it's like, wow, that was very specific information. What the swankety-ass pipe? And it's like, oh, boy, you saw this important pipe that's like a memento of your grandpa. Or you can just show your insignia to, like, on this royal sword that, like, Alicia left behind, and the guard's like, OMG, that is, like, royal sword, bitches! Like, please, move the fuck along! That's basically it. Also, Mikleo is, like, invisible to everyone, because he's a Seraphim. Alicia probably thought he was crazy.
There's this guy who's, like, he's pretty much sane. Like, it's not, like, it's just the things around him that makes it seem like he's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But, like,
talking to your invisible boyfriend.
Yeah, look, it's exactly like that. But whenever someone's like, and this happens many times where people are like, you're mad. Or, like, you might be mad. And he gets to a point where it's like, I might be. It's like, I think you're right, like, just reflexively. Like, it literally says, he said reflexively. It's like, yes, I might be.
The only thing that proves that Saray is not insane is the fact that, like, objects genuinely float around him. Like, there's, like, they're like, how do we explain the floating book that Mikleo is holding? And it's like, I don't know, they'll make up something, they're humans. They're idiots. They're morons. Let's move on with our lives. But anyway, it goes to the magical festival of the choosy of the sword of the main protagonist thingy, and it's like, oh, Saray, hi, Alicia, I'm so happy to see you. Guess what? I'm actually a princess. And it's like, what? You is princess? OMG, I am big fan. And then it's like, oh my god, there's a seraphim lady over there. Mickleo, say hi. It's like, hello? And then, like, that's when you meet Lila. There's this lady that only speaks some bad puns.
Oh, like Chat Noir?
Worse. She's like, we must canvas the area. Get it? Because we're in a museum. Canvas? Canvas. It's like, shut up. And also, she's like, not allowed to say anything about the plot because, you know, plot convenient secret oath. Because, you know, plot convenient secret oath is very plot convenience, and I'm just like, shut up, Meg. Anyway, so like, you know, it's like, oh my god, these evil monsters are attacking because malevolence in people's hearts gives birth to monsters. Because, oh yeah, there's this thing, it's called malevolence. It's like, when people have darkness in their heart that is vaguely explained, essentially they become akumatized. And like, you know, the only person who can defeat them is the chosen shepherd who has a pact with the spirit of purification. That's Lila. And it's like, OMG, let me, like, harness the power of goodness and, like, transform into my magical boy self. And you know, I will transform into a David Bowie movie extra video character and, like, you know...
Kiki, transform me.
Exactly, it's basically that. It's basically that, and they fuse, and the best part is he fuses with his boyfriend, and it's like,
Ooh.
oh, I know, right? Literally, so many jokes. Anyway, like, so, you know, it's like they make and, like, there's like, oh my god, Saray, there's a fire, and it's all terrible, if only there was a hero who could save us and help us, and it's like, wait, no, you can't make a contract with me, because that's a dangerous thing, and, like, your life will be bound to this sacred oath, and you will have to cleanse malevolence for all time. It's like, I just want to see a world where everyone can smile and, like, fart rainbows. And humans and seraphim can live together in peace. And again, everybody else just thinks I'm crazy and talking to thin air.
And everything changed from the Fire Nation attack.
And only the Avatar, owner of 4 seraphim, could stop them. And yeah, so he, like, makes a contract to become a magical girl via Lila, and is like, woohoo, I'm the shepherd now, and I defeated all these monsters, and I'm amazing. And like, Micleo's like, no, you can't be the shepherd alone. I wish to be like your sub-boy. I mean, your bottom. I mean your boyfriend. I mean, I'm going to be with you no matter what, through thick and thin. And they're like, oh boy, Micleo, I love you. Like, let's make our sword pack. And then, like, they make their sword back, and it's the best part, because it's like, now reveal your true name to him, Micleo. And it's like, this Ralph Verve, and it's like, oh, I already knew that stuff. And I'm like, that's just love confession as confirmed in Berseria. This ship is canon. Or at least that's the fangirls say. But, you know, I'm not claiming I'm one of them. But, you know, it's like, oh boy, so now that you're shepherd, what are you going to do? I'm going to travel the world and see anything, everything and anything and all that. And it's like, no you won't. You have to help Alicia on the war front. Okay, then I guess I'm off to the war. And then they go to the war, they fight a single battle, and it's like, apparently the war just got canceled. And like, the next thing you know, you're with the, like, girl that was, like, the merchant girl, who turns out is an assassin who is after Alicia. And this does not matter at all. Actually, wait, was that just in the anime? I don't care. I don't care. All that matters is that she's, like, this assassin, but she's, like, a pure-hearted assassin, because she only kills in the name of goodness. Like, Alicia is basically obsolete from this point. Because you almost never see her again. And it's like, what was the point of that character? Why did we even have her in our party? And, you know, it's like, oh yeah, because, like, she had a bigger role in, like, one version, but you can tell because her equipment is scattered throughout the entire game. But, you know, rewrites.
Rewrites.
And an unfinished product.
Rest in peace.
Anyway, so like you get this girl and her name is Rose, and she's like, oh yeah, my name is Rose and I'm afraid of ghosts. And it's like, hey Rose, oh yeah, I forgot. You also get like some sarcastic bitch named Edna. I love her. Her brother has been turned into a dragon because malevolence makes Seraphim and the dragon is like, you find a way to cure my brother, and it's like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. And then he doesn't. He doesn't do a lot of things. He is a terrible shepherd.
We get to it later.
No, they don't even get to it later. They just kill him.
What?
They don't even hint at looking for a solution. It's literally the dumbest. It's one of the things that I
Can't save your brother. He dead. Bye.
Yeah, basically, it's like, oh yeah, I could save your brother, but that would require me to like give a shit. Look at that. The budget only has room for me. That's how it goes. That's how you sound, Saray. That's how you talk. So, like, essentially, from that on, it just goes, oh boy, we're going to go off a quest, and like, Alicia's like, oh yeah, there's this plague, oh wait, before they go to the war, it's like, oh, there's this plague village, and it's like full of people who are sick, and they go there, and they're like, oh, we cured all the sick things, because we destroyed the evil dragon.
Nice.
That was over the town, and like, we're purifying things, and we're doing good in the world, and I'm like, I'm also showing off my power, which is making me a threat to political figures, but this doesn't matter anymore, because now we're with Rose, and Rose is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do good shit, and do these, come with me to this town that is like the other country that we're at war with, but because of how this map is structured and how poorly designed this game is, feels like it's like, I don't know, maybe 20 miles away, but in a car?
In a car? Do they even have cars?
No, they don't. They have carriages, though, so I assume it gets about the same.
Giant whales?
Nah, that's a different game. They don't have a giant freaking sky whale. No, unfortunately, they don't. I wish, although he does get Yuri's cameo costume, which makes absolutely no sense. If anything, he should get Asbel's. It would be like a jewel box.
I'm glad we worked that into the game.
I'm glad we worked that into our game, too. Anyway, like, they go to town, and they're like, oh, boy, it turns out, like, the guard up front is like, you are a suspicious man. Is that woman your fiancé? And it's like, I am the son of a provincial lord.
What?
That's a line. And then it's like, oh, I meant lord. And like, yes, we are interloping. We are interloping antelope. And then, at some point they deal with church corruption. And there's a missing pope. But that plotline doesn't matter.
Alright.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't go anywhere. They're also
just kill him.
Yeah, you don't even kill the, like, it's also like, Sergei's like, oh, my brother went missing, and it's like, a lot of people have been going missing in this town, and it turns out that Medusa was, like, behind it all, and it's like, yes, I turned your brother to the sun, and Sergei's like, oh, no, well, I guess I'll get waffles. Also, you have this emo guy named Dezel with you, and you find out he's blind during that fight, and which is why it can, like, be like, I kicked Medusa's butt. Also, Rose has a magical girl transformation, because she also has, like, a sub-contract with Lila, and it's like, what? Okay, basically, she's Saray's squire, which means that she's, like, I don't know, an apprentice and therefore can use the magic. It's really dumb. Like, there's a lot of things in Zestiria that, like, I genuinely think are kind of dumb. The outfit's at least cool and the powers are cool, but the fighting combat system is awful. Anyway, like, you have this emo guy named Dezel, and he's like, I'm out for revenge, and they're like, that's nice, Dezel. On who? And it's like, I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where's that dragon that you slayed back there?
Meanwhile, Edna's brother is still a dragon. And like they're off doing their good deeds, and it's like, oh, we must go to the 4 temples so that you like can gain all of this magical knowledge and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, cool, magical knowledge, and the water temple is the worst.
As always, as expected.
I don't know, and like in Symphonia, the worst temple is the lightning temple. The water temple is actually like a walk in the park. Like comparatively,
Subverting the norm.
yeah, comparatively, like the water temple is easy. But then again, the water temple in Symphonia happens early on. So, okay, like, they go to, like, it's like, oh my gosh, you get to go to these 4 temples that have, like, these really good, like, soundtracks, and, oh, yeah, when you turn that spinny thingy, it seems to, like, open up these doors, and it's like, well, yes, that is the Wind Temple, and they repeat that, like, 4 times, because it's a joke. It's a bad joke, but I love Edna. And she's the one who's saying that on purpose. Anyway, like, oh, meanwhile, there's like this villain. His name is Heldoff. He's dumb. His big thing is like, brah, brah, I am evil, and I will corrupt the world with malevolence. Brah, brah, I am evil. And you think my henchwoman is actually probably more of the final boss, because she has more of a personality than me, because I'm just like, brah, brah. I am evil, join me, Saray. And it's like, yeah, no thanks. That's how you sound. Anyway, like, okay, it turns out the Pope ran away to a village and it doesn't matter. Also, like, Sergei's brother doesn't matter. None of the things matter. They're, like, turns out that Alicia's, like, great cherished mentor is evil, and she steals, like, the sword that apparently can cut the, like, world in half. It never comes up. Ever. Again. I don't know what the point of it was. It was stupid. Also, like, Lila still can't tell you anything about the plot, and you have to, like, go on a fetch quest, where you travel around the map painfully for, like, a few hours looking for these magical shiny orbs that'll tell you a cutscene that basically tells you Heldoff became evil because of these circumstances, but it's like, okay, but why is he evil? Like, yeah, he suffered a lot, but it looks like he was a good patriot guy and everything. It just, I don't know, it doesn't add up, like, why he became malevolent and evil. And it's like, where's the real truth, Lila? And then it's like, there's this one guy, and he doesn't have a shirt. His name is David. I've ignored him from now. And he's like, I don't know what to do. And then it's like, you need to kill Heldoff, because killing is sometimes a mercy. Like, you should kill Edna's brother. And they're like, oh no, I can't do that, killing is wrong, as I say as I travel with an assassin.
Right.
Meanwhile, I don't really get the point of most of the characters in this game. The only one I care about is Edna. and Mickleo, and then, like, you go to, like, the only town that doesn't look like a generic, like, fantasy village town. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, do you go there before Desil is dead? No, you go there after Desil is dead. I'm sorry. Okay, so, like, the evil villain, who's, like, this mini Lolita bitch who, like, you shouldn't give a shit about, and her name's Simone, and she's like, oh, I worship the Lord of Darkness, Heldoff, and, I will torment you with my awful illusions, and, rah, rah, and, okay, so, essentially, you find out that Desil wants revenge, I think, against Simone? It's not very clear. Like, it's clear, but it's stupid. It's very stupid, because it's like, okay, essentially, some Seraphim just like Edna's brother, are just bad luck Bryans. Like, everything around them is awful. And they just create misfortune by existing. Mm-hmm. And Desil happened to be one of them. And, like, Rose she was gonna marry into, like, wealth and everything, but it turns out the guy was just, like, a jerk and awful. And, like, something about his, like, desire not to see things change, like, caused a lot of people to get killed, and, like, him to go into, like, some PTSD shock, or something, Simone was there, something, I need revenge on myself, something, I'm gonna self-sacrifice myself to save Rose, even though there's probably a million different ways this could have gone, and you only wanted me dead so Zavid would have a purpose for being in this video game. something angst.
Okay.
Also, he has a nice hat.
Very important.
Anyway, Dezil dies, and it's like, and it's in doing so that, like, Saray learns that sometimes it's important to kill people.
Alright.
And then, like, you meet some old guy named Maven. I think you've already met Maven, but, like, you meet this old guy named Maven. His special attack involves cutlery.
Nice.
Anyway, you meet this old guy named Maven who secretly knows everything, and is like, you can know, but you have to go through me, and you have to prove your resolve, blah, 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 lines. And, essentially, you fight, and you get to see into the past, and you learn that essentially Saray was a sacrificial lamb, meant to become the shepherd to beginning, and Mikleo was killed as a baby and used to curse, like, Heldoff into becoming the Lord of Calamity that he is by his uncle, who was the previous shepherd. Because Michael was a dick, and Lila can't say anything about also the fact that, like, I don't know, the reason why, like, Seraphim magic is weak is that, like, there's some great magical force called Maltellus, like, that only makes sense if you played Berseria, really, that it's, like, grown weak, and his domain is faded, and it's all because Heldoff has made a contract and corrupted Maltellus, and I'm just like, cool, I don't care about this until I remember Berseria. A lot of things don't matter until you remember Berseria. And then, like, Maltellus died, then, like, you know, you learned all these things, and it's like, oh no, wow, so that is the truth? I'm so shocked. Mikleo, how do you feel? Fine. I mean, I've learned that my mother has been trapped in, like, a perpetual mental time loop, still thinking that I'm dead, but I'm fine. That's a thing. And, you know, like, oh, they get out of it, Maven dies, and it's like, oh, I never thought I'd die around friends. And I'm like, we were friends? Like, I think we've had, like, 2 scenes with you, but okay. I guess this was in the version where this writing actually mattered. Anyway, like, then you have to go, and you have to fight Heldoff, and, like, I don't know, he kills your grandpa. What? Yeah, he kills your grandpa and everything, and it's like, oh boy,
I was grandpa at the battle.
Oh no, he went to the village where you lived, and it was like, absorbed your grandpa into his hand, and you had to, like, fight. You know, the only way to win was to, like, you know, defeat Simone, and then defeat your grandpa, who was in the hand of Heldoff, and was like, suffering, I suffer, and then, like, Mikleo gets to see his mom one last time before she dies.
Okay.
He still has no reaction other than, well, that was a lady. Like, the problem with Zestiria is, like, there are so many moments where the characters should have a reaction, but the reaction never lasts longer than 5 seconds. Also, Zavid still exists. And, like, at this point, like, Lila is basically like, I'm just keeping things a secret because I'm still not allowed to say anything, even though you already know it all.
Okay.
Yeah, like, oh, yeah, and, you know, if you kill Edna's brother, you get, like, a special power-up, because, you know, that feels right. Oh, and Alicia is basically forgotten at this point. Alicia doesn't matter. Like, basically, Alicia's like, I will do my best after killing my mentor and everything for the sake of the kingdom, do good things and be a good person because I am good. And I'm like, good for you, Alicia. You'll be gay with Rose in the anime and, like, actually be a character I care about. And then, you know, like, they're like, Mikleo, in order for me to, like, destroy and, like, cleanse Maltellus, I will have to sleep and, like, absorb and purify the malevolence in my body and go into hibernation in the Earth Pulse. And it's like, no, but Saray, I may never see you again. It's like, it's okay, Mikleo. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, really, there's probably another way. You just haven't looked for it.
Mm-hmm. Like,
really, you've just kind of, for a guy who's like, we can always look for a solution. You sure seem to just take the first solution that comes your way. Like, really? Like, really, Saray, really. Anyway, like, you defeat held off by shooting him with Chekhov's gun. Siegfried. It's a gun called Siegfried that was owned by a man called Eifried.
Okay.
I really don't get how the gun works. They have never explained that gun well. I don't get it. Even Zestiria couldn't fix that. It's like, I don't know, it amplifies purifying powers and gives you the power to kill things or something, or I don't know. Anyway, he fires his friends his magic bullets into the thing. Rose watches as he falls and is like, "Go, Rose. Carry on my legacy. I'm sorry for leaving you with the pill." Disappears into the night, and, like, we get the epilogue where, like, Miklio's exploring ruins and is like, "I don't miss my boyfriend. Also, I had, like, 5 capes, maybe 6, maybe 10, because, I don't know, I'm extra, and I'm gay."
No capes.
Clearly, these people did not learn.
Yep.
But then again, they don't have airplanes, so they don't have a reason.
Oh.
Like, no.
They don't even have sky whales.
Giant freaking sky whale!
Yes, without airplanes, capes are completely okay.
Yeah, I mean, they have dragons.
You think that would be an issue still? I guess the dragon can eat the cape.
I guess so. Like, I'm sorry, I can't come into work today. My dragon ate my cape. Anyway, like, Miklio falls through a hole and his boyfriend grabs him and is like, "Hey, you miss me?" And then the game ends. And that is the plot of Tales of Zestiria in a nutshell. I may have, like, left out a ton of things that don't actually matter because the game's plot is awful.
You did it.
I did it.